If you follow my diabetes content, you know that I've been using the MiniMed 780G. I've also used the 6 series, loved them both. I'm going to be trying the new Flex pump for the next 60 days. It's going to be a huge difference for me. Everything's controlled through a phone app. I'm going to be documenting the whole experience, not just the pump itself, but everything from the setup, the day-to-day use, the algorithm, how it integrates with my sensor, and everything in between. Let's check it out. All right, so here's a look at everything that comes inside of the box when you receive your Flex pump. So you get the pump, you're going to get a little magnetic charger. You're also going to get a charging block that is specifically powered for the pump itself, and you'll get a little gray belt clip holster thing. It'll also come with a USB-C to USB-C charging cord for the magnetic charger. Take a look at these items. So this is the charging magnetic charger. So it's just a little tiny block. USB-C plugs in right there. This is the pump itself. So this is the Flex pump. It's very small. It fits very nicely in my hand. You don't really have to use it too much because it's going to use it through an app, but it does feel nice. It's very small compared to the 780G. It'll be interesting to see how it sits on my belt from the day-to-day use, getting in and out of the car, sitting down, things like that. So charging block, pump itself, magnets right onto the bottom, and boom, you're charging once you plug it in. I'll have a little charging light. You're also going to get the belt holster clip, and it simply just slides in right in the top. It's made from silicone, nice and soft. It's not going to damage things when you bump into it. It'll be interesting to see how this clip holds up when it's on my belt, if I'm bumping into stuff, things like that. So now if we dig into the pump a little bit more itself, looks like there is 3 buttons on the face. You have 1 button on the bottom, not sure what that does yet. 1 button in the middle. I think that is the Bluetooth connect button if you hold it down. And then this button up top, if you push it, is just going to be a status light. It's lit up green right now, but you can't see it because of my light. But if you push it, lights up green, yellow, red, things like that. You get the top, that's where the reservoir goes into the top there. You'll get your reservoir and your tubing coming out the top. And you can even charge it while it's in the holster itself. You see the bottom of the pump sticks out the bottom. So if we get the charger, it'll magnet right there onto the bottom. You don't even have to take it out of the holster. It'll be interesting to see how I like the internal battery compared to just swapping out the AA batteries. I know it's a 7-day battery, so plan ahead, right? But there's always those things that happen. So one thing I also want to compare this to, if we take the new Flex pump and we have my old 780G right here with it. So face to face, we see the 780G is about double the size of this thing, width-wise. If we turn it to the side, though, the Flex pump is considerably deeper, probably because it has to house the reservoir up inside there like that. If we look at the back, you see you got the standard clip on the back of the 780 pump. The clip is on the side of the Flex pump. But you see the size differences here. Pretty significant size difference. We'll see how comfortable it is on the belt. The biggest difference here, as you can see, no screen on the Flex pump. No screen whatsoever. Does not bolus, cannot bolus from the pump itself. You must use the new app. So that'll be interesting as well to see. So now that everything's out of the box, I have everything in order. It is now time for me to actually set up the pump. Interesting part is the entire setup is going to be done through the new app. So I'm not going to stand here and try to show my phone back and forth on the app. What I'll do is I'm going to try and do as much screen recording as I can while I'm setting it up, and I'll talk you through it. So let's do it. Before setting up the actual pump, I want to quickly call out the simulator app. It lets you explore the Flex before you even have the pump, including choosing your sensor, practicing boluses, using SmartGuard, and exploring the different settings and features. I found this super helpful because you can get familiar with the menus and how everything works ahead of time without having to worry about changing anything with your pump. Okay, so now let's get into setting up the pump. When you first open up the app, you're going to get hit with this Get Started screen. You'll tap Next. It'll take you through the end user license agreement. Feel free to read this if you want. I tapped Agree. It'll ask you again to agree, and then it'll ask you to start opening your settings. So you're basically going to need to allow it to have all the notification access for your phone. You need to turn your Bluetooth on to connect to the pump. It'll ask you to allow notifications, let you know about notification privacy. You can select two options here. You can have extra privacy, or you can just have your current mobile setting, important phone settings. Again, it's just warning you about specific phone settings, what kind of versioning you need. Just make sure you have the latest Android or iOS version. It'll let you know about the simulator app, let you know training is required before you get into using the pump. Then you go into the next steps. A little quick screen to prepare you for pairing it to your phone. Click continue here. So now initiating pairing, you hold that middle button on the new Flex pump until the light starts flashing blue. Once that blue light is flashing, you'll see it pop up on the Bluetooth settings within your phone. And once you do that, you'll see pumps nearby on your screen. You just click that pump, verify the serial number on the bottom of your pump. It'll ask for a Bluetooth request. It then just takes a few minutes to pair. We then need the 6-digit code on the bottom of your pump. So on the bottom of your pump, you'll have that little 6-digit code right there. Go ahead and type it in and hit submit. And that just verifies that your pump is now connecting to your phone. Yay, your pump is now paired. So now it'll go through a couple extra things, transfer some data back and forth. Says it could take up to 5 minutes. It was pretty quick here for me. Your transfer is complete, and then it takes you to your pump screen. If you already have your sensor connected like I did, it'll start reading your numbers, and then now we have access into the phone and we can start setting our settings correctly. So these are my delivery settings for my bolus and my basal. You set yours depending on what your doctor recommendations are. Then go into your alert settings. What's really cool about this app is you can do a day or night setting and set start times for when you want those to start. That way you don't have to have the same alerts through the day and night. I like to make my night alarms a little louder, and also I want them to alert before lows instead of on lows, things like that. So then we check SmartGuard. Go to the SmartGuard mode. That's your checklist there. Set your guard target. Boom. All right. Just like that, the setup is complete. Get it hooked onto my belt. Equipment in. We're good to go. So let's see how this goes. So the complete setup wasn't that bad at all. It was pretty straightforward. As you can see, the app connected very, very quickly. I already had the Instinct sensor set up prior to this on a previous phone. This was a new phone setup. So as you can see, even if you switch phones, the setup is pretty straightforward and quick. Bluetooth connection into the pump. Get the app set up, logged in, all that stuff. Immediately reconnects to your Instinct sensor. Boom, you're good to go. So super excited for the next 60 days. Follow along with my journey. I'll be doing lots of shorts, lots of videos. I'll probably do weekly updates because things probably won't change too much day to day unless something crazy happens, and I'll do some short videos here and there. But thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.